My man Charles here, man. You know, it looks like he's been, going through it. We're gonna save his life today. I think we're gonna do the usual, right, Charles? Yeah. All right, for sure. Get my man right. Welcome to Gifted Hands.
Start it up. 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 Start it up.
What up, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. GIFTEDHANDSBARBERSTX, back at you with another tutorial. My man Charles, it's been 302 days since he's had a cut by me, professionally, the guru, Mr. GIFTEDHANDSBARBERSTX himself. So we're gonna do this amazing transformation, so you guys stick in. I know it's gonna be a long one, but if you hang out to the end, you're gonna get some value. So you see, the first most important thing that you have to do is comb through the hair, which you saw me do that, right? I was just raking through it, getting everything in the right direction since it's grown past the wave pattern. And the first guard that I put on my clippers is the 5-out with the Andes 3 guard attachment. And I'm just gonna debulk everything. So you see me raking at it right there, taking down the hair with the large guard. It's very important. You know, you always want to start with a large guard because you never know, what's going on up under there. But with this being my client for over 10 years, this is an individual that I know his head really well, and it's like a navigational system. I remember that route. So now I'm going with my 1 3/4 blade. That's going to be the wavelength. And I'm going to be very cautious with this here because of his wave pattern. I want to make sure that we can, accomplish our goal at the end and leave my man surfing. And I continue to comb through the hair as I'm raking through it with that 1 3/4 and tucking that ear, protecting my client while I'm locked in and focused, and taking the bulk out of this hair. Yeah, man, you see what type of vibes this is. You see, I got my man DJ press play again with another hot tune. I mean, we jamming, we rocking. I'm in the zone, I'm locked in, I'm focused, and my client is very comfortable. I mean, if you ask me, it looks like right now my man's rocking one of those Southside fades at the top without the ball fade on the sides. So right here in the front area, the reason why you saw me with that big guard was because we're trying to debulk an area where there's a cowlick. Technical term is cowlick, but a lot of you guys know it as a swirl, where your hair grows a different direction. And so what I like to do is put the 2 guard on and the 3 guard. That way I can go through that swirl with no problems, without having the fear of cutting a bald spot into the client. But you want to make sure that you're utilizing that comb at the same time while cutting through the hair. So now as you see that I'm just, just chopping at it slowly in that area that's affected by that swirl, by that cowlick. And I'm combing the hair the direction that the cowlick grows, and I'm cutting in that same direction. So you see me doing a cross cut right there. That's very important. And again, this is why it's so important to use that 3 guard blade in the beginning to knock most of that bulk down in the hair. I want to thank you guys for, subscribing to the channel beforehand. And I also would like for you guys to click that like button while you can. Click that like button, man. It really does help us out. It helps these videos get out there to those who are in need of learning how to do this thing here, man. You know, that's all we're here to do, is to inspire. So now I'm coming with that Naomi foam lotion. Look how it's laying those waves down. Look how I massage the Naomi right through his head, and those waves are reacting the way that I want them to. I'm in full control here. See, man, that's the thing about being a barber, is just, you know, learning these techniques and, you know, watching other guys like my man Get Beam and, you know, 360 Jeezy and Tune 45 Bazios. Like the thing about this here is just learning from some of the gurus in the game and then applying that pressure to your client. Now we're adding our holding spray. And the reason why we want to do that is follow up with the blow dryer so that we make sure that we lock everything in with that Nairobi wrap lotion. And we want everything to be frozen before we go in and edge it up. Apply a little pressure when you get around the edge area to direct that hair. Man, my boy DJ Press Play got me jamming over here. So now we're going to take the wild hairs down. You want to be very careful with this if you've never done it before. But you see how I'm taking the butt, the heel of the blade, and I'm just guiding it over the top of this hair to lay down any of those frizzy hairs that we didn't catch with the holding spray. And that's another reason why the holding spray is so important. And you can see the hairs flying off as I'm taking them off. So I'm not just, you know, doing this for looks. This is a technique that I love to use. So of course we're going to create those borders as usual. You know what I'm saying? We bringing everything together. We always want to create the borders before we go in and tape. I see a lot of barbers that just go into their canvas and then they just throw paint on it. You know, like, you gotta have some borders. You gotta have an idea. You gotta have a direction of where you taking this thing. You gotta be in full control, man. Got my man smiling. The conversation is going. We locked in, man. Also, my man is a Cowboy fan, so you know I got to get him extra crispy. Look how I'm protecting that ear, man. Very important. Use that index finger. Touch your clients. Put your hands on them. They don't call me Gifted Hands for no reason, not just because of that. I know what you're thinking. Now check this out here. So we're going to take our 5-out Andes blade and we're going to go up 1 inch and create our first line. And look at the shape of that line, guys. I mean, look at how I have that half moon, and I'm going to continue that the entire way as I fade his hair up. So we went to our 4-out. Now we're on our 3-out, and everything is 1 inch. And then I go half an inch once I get to my 3-guard. So right now we're going to erase all that boat with the 1 3/4, which is, that's what we have up top, guys. Always remember the blade that you cut the hair down with originally. You can always go against the grain, get rid of that boat, and then go back in with your OA. Yeah, shout out to Andes for these super ZRs, low maintenance. I mean, these are amazing clipper. They cut through wet hair and they get the job done. Now we rocking with our 1. And we're just gonna start trying to blend and debulk that area. I'm sorry, that was our 1A. So now we have our 1 1/2, which we have a 1 3/4 up top, and we're just gonna ride that out with the corner of those clippers to really get in those areas. where we want to devote. Just rake at that thing, man. Just get in there and get in the zone. Now we got our 1 3/4 again, which we can safely say I can go up as high as I need to erase the boat without creating another line. I mean, it's just beautiful. Everything coming together as planned before the client sat down in the chair. A lot of you guys got to have a vision with this thing here. Whenever a client, books in your appointment, you have to visualize how you want that haircut to turn out. You have to manifest that this is going to be a clean, crisp cut. So now we pull out our wall detailers, and basically I use these just to detail the fade. Now we're just going with the grain. We started with our 1A with the grain, and then we're gonna do our 1 1/2 with the grain and against the grain. All we're doing now is really just, detailing the back of that taper. Now you see me preparing myself for my side taper. I'm gonna flip the clipper and I'm gonna ride it out with that same 1 1/2. Since I have it in my hand, you wanna cut time down by utilizing these steps. Creating a formula that helps you get done faster but efficient. Look at how that comb is dancing. So what I did with that 1 1/2 was the skip blade method. So that's very important to apply and, getting faster at your time and cutting your clients. Right now, before we go into the actual taper, we want to put our first line on. I like to call this my pre-line. I'm just a barber that likes to create borders before I go in and taper. And I'm starting with those sidebars first. And then we're going to meet everything back in the middle. Seal the deal. Oh yeah, everything's coming together nicely. So now we're gonna apply our HD spray. We wanna make sure that we give a shout out to my guy, Tune 45 over there with the HD. That's the Onyx Black right there. And we're gonna apply a little bit to those grays that's up top. We're gonna knock a few years off my guy, Charles here. Gonna bring him back, at least to his early 20s. Now we're gonna apply our holding spray and our fibers. And you wanna apply your holding spray and put the fibers on when the holding spray is wet. This is very important. You just wanna be light with it, man. You don't wanna go overboard with this, with the fibers. And the fibers that I love to use, as you can see in my hand, is the Hair Illusions. It's 100% human hair. And it's a rinse and repeat step. You apply it to that area. I use small areas, holding spray, fibers, holding spray, fibers. Look at that transformation already, and we haven't even did the side taper. So we're gonna lock everything in, and y'all already know what's coming next. That blow dryer. Do not skip this step, barbers. I cannot express to you how important it is to add that blow dryer in. So that way, if your client rubs their head, those fibers aren't going anywhere. That color isn't going anywhere because you took everything in your willpower to make sure that you followed each step and that you were locked in, and you locked in not only the fibers, but you also locked in a great service. And by taking this step here, guys, and getting the edge up completely done, you're not only cutting corners, but I mean, guys, you cutting around them edges. And again, just using them trimmers to trim down all those wild hairs. And we're gonna create our first line with our edges with the grain, and then go against the grain to take that line out. And y'all already know I'm using my half moon shape. Same shape I used on the back, smaller, but in the tape area. Oh yeah, he real relaxed now, guys. You're gonna start to see Charles over here nod off on you guys. So we got our 5-out blade, and we're just erasing that line that we made with our T outliners, our Babyliss outliners. And as I use that blade to create my line, I create my first line in the beard. So that way I'm knocking out the beard in as well as the fade at the same time. So that's our 4-out to erase our 5-out line. I mean, each one of these heads is a blank canvas. And look how I'm just, performing art, performing masterpieces here. We got our 3-out in our hand right now, erasing that 4-out line. And everything is just amazing. I mean, it looks like that blend is already done. Most barbers would have put the clippers down at this point. But nah, we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep chopping at it. Right there, we're using our skip blade method, and we're using our 1A. Now we're coming with our OA, getting rid of that 3-out line. I mean, my man's got me over here rocking with this music. Hey, y'all do me a favor. Go check out DJ Press Play. If you guys are looking for some hot tunes to drop on your videos or your tutorials to play in the background, you see how we rocking over here, man. Now we got our 1.5 in our hands, and we're using the exact same formula that we used on the back, guys, on the side taper. So let's let some of this music jam a little bit, and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, so now we're starting with our second edge up. You remember, guys, what's my rule of thumb? 3 lineups per cut. I mean, I know it seems like a lot, But if you want to be perfect at this thing, you want to get the perfect line, follow these steps, and I promise you guys, you're going to get better results. So we're going to add our holding spray to the edge of the beard. I like that B-level holding spray. Real nice product, been using it for years. And this one right here is the non-sticky. So we're gonna rake out that beard, get everything puffed out, blow dry, my man. Remember, we're chopping time here. So not only we chopping heads, we chopping time. So that blow dryer saves you time to really lock in that holding spray. So that way, when you put those edges on there, you don't have to work so hard. Look how everything is just falling off because we put the holding spray in the area where we're providing our line to his beard. Yeah, I think at this point, guys, my client is super relaxed. He's comfortable. He knows he's in gifted hands. He knows that I'm going to pull him together with this transformation cut. Man, I love this. You know, it's nothing like, you know, seeing someone come in, you know, looking one way and sending them out looking like $1,000,000. There's value in our cuts, guys. Stand on it. So now I like to use my 5-out under the neck, especially when there's a lot of hair that has grown back. I like to use the 5-out to start the line at the bottom of the nape. And especially for new clients, this is a safe way to test the skin to see if they have sensitive skin. And if they do have sensitive skin, this right here won't irritate the skin. And it just chops right through the bow on the nape. But of course, you know, we're going to have to sauce my man up with those fabulous edges at the end. So again, we're just detailing right there, making everything come together from the fade on the sides into the beard. And again, with those babblers, you see how I'm using them? Look how I'm raking at it. Look at the hair flying off the screen. If you didn't have safety goggles on right now, you'll have hair in your eyes. Look at the flick of the wrist. Yeah, it's looking real good from my angle right here. Again, if you haven't already, click that like, comment, and subscribe button. Man, sub to the channel, man. Show your boy some love. You here watching, you might as well go ahead and lock in and click that notification bell. All right, now we saucing my man up. My guy Charles, you know, the grays are popping in, man. You know, my guy's turning 40 soon, you know, actually 39 this upcoming week. So we want to make sure that we knock some of those years off. So people, you know, at his party gonna think, yo, my man's ain't aged at all. I keep getting older when I wake up and you keep looking younger every time I see you. That's how I like my clients to look. That's how this man wants to look. And so we're going to HD that beard and we're going to sauce him up and seal everything with that blow dryer. And you know we got to throw the fibers in there. So right here, we're just using our close shavers, erasing any of those loose hairs that, you know, that the trimmers didn't get, the babless trimmers didn't get. We want to make sure that we're cleaning that area up real nice, dusting my man off, keeping the hair out of his face. Very important to your client. Got that head nod. Oh, he trying. This is what happens with the Gifted Hands experience, man. I'm telling y'all, if your client ain't nodding, then you ain't chopping right. So now we're gonna add, you know, our contrast pencil. We wanna make sure that we, you know, have a sharp point whenever applying this pencil to your client's head. You know, over time of using it, it gets down to a dull point. You want to keep them points sharp so that you keep them points sharp on this edge up. Now we're just going to blend everything together with that contrast pencil, and look how it makes it pop, guys. You know, I know a lot of guys out there, you know, are like, man, what the pencil do? Well, the pencil, it details you. Man, are you putting a makeup pencil on me? No, I'm not putting a makeup pencil on you. But we are contrasting. We are in the lab. You know what I'm saying? I am putting this sauce on you and I'm locking everything in for that supreme beam fade, for that supreme beam edge up. I just really, really enjoy, you know, every step that it takes to complete a service like this. You know, I need you guys to like, comment, and sub if you want more content like this. I appreciate y'all for sticking around. You know, I appreciate your time, but go out and try this on your next client. I promise you guys, have this locked in and your cuts will be coming out gifted, just like this.
So how you feel?
Feel good. Feel good? Already.
Welcome back. Sorry for the wait.
Appreciate it. Sure.